back on the NTV for the new series map. We're cracking on with it. I'll tell you that, like, this 3 weeks goal is actually becoming a little bit more achievable than you would think, because it was kind of a panic the other day, like, we've got 3 weeks to build a town. But if we get the main stuff done, once the series has obviously started, we can still, like, build the other stuff. Like, because, like I said to you guys, this is going to be the main part of like, the main sort of part of filming. But it's kind of a bit like the Derek and Noreen show. With the Derek and Noreen show, you've got to kind of have the houses outside. So, like, when you're looking outside of the window in the Derek and Noreen set, it looks like there's a house across the road. So, like, the unrealistic thing is when we're filming in here and say you look down there and then you just see that the road ends and stops. It looks a little bit, how can I put this, like, unrealistic, if you get what I mean. So pretty much, like, what goes down is we need to kind of, like, make the road extend fairly far, so then you can actually go ahead and, do you know what I mean? Like, so it actually looks like the street continues. So that's all we've really sort of got to do. We don't have to make, like, a massively long town, but we just got to make sure that the render distance shows that there is stuff, like, you know, going on type thing, rather than just like a road what ends. And then same with the beach, like, that's got to get extended quite a bit. But we can get the main stuff started, like to film in the hotel, which we've got at the moment. I think we should be somewhere about, you know, doing pretty well, if I'm completely honest with you guys. I want to tell you guys a bit more about this series, but I don't want to give too much away just yet, because I am going to reveal it before we start it, don't worry. But pretty much, you know, I want to kind of get the ball rolling first.
What happens if there's more than one ball?
Then we got to get them rolling. But nah, seriously, guys, you are gonna like this series. I think you are.
Both just thought I might like it.
It's gonna be quite good. It's gonna give us the chance to do a lot of cool things, definitely.
Actually,
And
I think we're gonna like it if like holiday. And that's a massive clue.
yeah, that is a massive clue.
I think we'll like it if they like holiday.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, I definitely do think you'll like this. You'll like this series, though, guys. Definitely. %. You'll like this 100%. When it gets going. The thing about this is it's a lot easier to do a season 2. Like, once season 1's finished, as I told you guys. But I'll tell you some of my ideas for series that I do want to do in the future. Ones that I have got ones that I am planning to do. So I do want to do one on GTA, and I want to do like a mystery, you know, like a mystery murder type thing. You know, where, like, say, like, someone's murdered and then they've got to solve you know, there's like people who's got to solve the case, and, you know, kind of a bit like Midsummer Murders, I guess you could call it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I have just thought of a pretty good idea, but I'm not gonna specifically give any hints away as of just yet. But yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled, because this could be a good one, what I've got planned, and I think I'm going to do it after the season 1 of this one, if that makes sense. Oh, that actually has come as I can't wait to do that one now as well, and I think I am going to do it as well. Like, I think I am actually going to do it as well. Give it a go, let's say. Yes. Good ideas. are coming into my head now for some of these series. I like doing this actually, thinking of like different things we can do, and then like actually putting them into action and doing them. Makes the whole environment like makes it more fun. If you get what I mean. Like,
is it forecast snow on your area Ash, tonight?
probably not. I hope not.
Ours is forecast it.
It says that we could get snow, but
Same with us, so
I hope we don't. I hope it's a good night. You know, because obviously I'm going to be heading out and stuff like that. Let me just invite someone, guys, in the stream. I'm going to invite a few people, actually. No, you've got to turn them off. You do it in your settings. I've turned it off for me. And then I think it's graphics. Render clouds, it'll be called.
yeah. When the clouds can fuck off.
Here's Jamie. Ooh, Jamie won't know what's happening, will he? With the new series.
I think you'll like the building that we've done up to now, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. He'll like the map, I think. He'll like the sort of new map we've made for it.
What are you, Ash? Yeah. No, you're not.
I'm just clambering over the beach. Have I got Jamie? No, I don't.
Do I have him muted though?
I didn't know if I did or not. But I don't. So yeah, guys, you're probably thinking, why didn't I do this in one of my other maps? Now, the thing is, I didn't really have a map what set the scene of it. I had Grovewood, but we hadn't built to the beach yet. And then Los Ashleys just wouldn't fit the theme of what we were going for. Like, Los Ashleys is kind of more your typical sort of, I guess in a way, like New York styled city, which wouldn't fit the theme of what we're going to be basing the series about. This sort of like the theme for the series, without giving too much away, has to give like a nice beach with warm weather, nightclub vibes, you know, cafes, sort of, you know, like sunbathing near the pool kind of vibes, people in like shorts and t-shirts, and do you know what I mean, like you know, like going abroad type thing. So, you know. So there we go. There's your little vibed, hinted clue. I will be telling you it soon though, guys. Probably after the weekend, I'll probably tell you it. Because we're still like debating on the name. I've still got like advertisement posters to make and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. Actually, I might hint it in the Derek and Noreen show. Look out for it. Look out for it in the advert break. That's
What
where I'll
available?
hint it. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna hint it in the advert break of there. It makes sense if you think about it.
I think a few views.
Yeah, it makes sense, guys. Stay tuned. Watch the Derek and Noreen show on Sunday. Which, by the way, I've got a plan for that. That'll be the 5th episode. Which means they will... So technically, there's 2 weeks until it ends. So there's this week, next week, I think. Oh, no, it'd be episode 5 this week. And then next week will be episode 6. Then the week after will be episode 7. And then the week after that, we'll actually start the Derek and... we'll actually be starting the new one. So, it's actually about 4 weeks away till we actually start this. 3 weeks till the Derek and Noreen show finishes. 4 weeks until this one starts. The Derek and Noreen show, though, has been... It's been fun to record. It's also been quick to record as well. Like, doing an episode, it doesn't take that long. Which is, you know... Which is always quite good. But we're trying these new series out. You know. They might go well, they might not. And simply, you know, the question is, if you didn't like a series, we just won't bring it back for a season 2. Like, that's as simple as it is. Or if we decide to bring it back, we'll bring it back with some sort of big changes, if you get what I mean. So, like, we'll drastically change something what maybe wasn't as good in the first season. And that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to work on seasons of shows. I've got quite a few ideas lined up for different things. So I've decided that Sunday is going to be roleplay day on the channel. So there will always be an NTV roleplay uploaded on a Sunday. And it's gonna be in a way like kind of based around some of the same people. We'll get new people in if we can. If you do want to be a part of any of these shows on a Sunday, you can comment down below. You've got to be available on a Sunday night from about 8 p.m. If there's any like changes, I'll obviously let you know, like if we need to shoot an episode earlier or if we need to shoot an episode later. But other than that, we're going to be shooting these round 8 p.m. on a Sunday. And if it's one on Minecraft, just make sure that you're a mature age. You've got to act mature. And make sure you have a few skin packs on Minecraft, and just beware that you might have to get into other skins. What I do the voices for, because sometimes I put voices on in some of these shows, and it will be quite, you know, it's quite good to see. Like, you know, sometimes I just need someone, because obviously I take the HUD off in Minecraft to film, so like, you know, I can't actually like walk with a skin in Minecraft myself because I've got to film. So I just sometimes need somebody to go ahead and, you know, like getting a skin for me. So I have a few skin packs, and also if you are available and can put like different voices on, you might also just get asked to maybe play a second character. But the voice has got to be quite good though. Like, I mean, like, my voices aren't perfect, but don't just try and make a squeaky voice. Like, I'm talking like if you can do like accents and stuff like that, you know, like, and do like some like pretty, you know, sort of good accents, then you can obviously fill in another character. Not that my accents are the best. I know that some of them do still sound like me, but you know, like, I'm sure you obviously get what I mean. But that's pretty much like the way it goes if you want to join into an NTV show. And then we may do ones on GTA, but that, you know, we'll let you know what they are when we come to doing them. And you know, we often do, like I say, need people, you know, to fill in for these shows and stuff like that. But yeah. So there we go, guys. Yeah, I hope it's an alright day tomorrow, because I'm obviously planning to go down to the pub tomorrow night, but, you
And
know,
I'm
like,
supposed to go to Manchester.
it's, you know, if it's like a wet day type thing, wet night, it's gonna kind of, you know, there might not be as many out.
Do you mean as many fit birds out?
No, I mean, like, out of my mates. Because obviously I meet mates, well, there's a certain, like, type of, I guess you can call it, like, I won't call it crew, but, you know, like, friendship zone of people who I like, meet up with, like, people who I've, like, been friends with for quite a while. You know, sort of like people who I went to school with, and sort of some people who are, like, just the year or so below me, but the point is, like, you know, I often go and, like, meet them, like, usually. And, like, you know, like, there might not be as many about, like, the person who lives next door to me, usually meet him when I'm out, sometimes, and then, like, other people, and stuff like that. So, like, it might put people off if it's going to be a real wet night, but I'll find out tomorrow when the weather gets better. I hate staying in on a Saturday. I feel it feels so, like, it makes the weekend just seem so boring if you don't do something on the Saturday night. Or, like, do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously last week we went away, so it made it, like, seem quite quick. But there was a time I went to a do on a Friday, so I didn't go out on the Saturday. Because I couldn't really afford to go out on the Saturday, because I'd just gone to the do on the Friday. But it made the weekend seem so, like, do you know what I mean? And then, like, you hear of, like, people who you know at the pub, and then they're like, oh, come down for a pint, and you know, you kind of just sat at home, and then you can't, and then it's like, oh, I wish I could. And it just makes the night seem so long, and then when no one hardly comes online, jeez, does that just, it just kills. Like, if I do something on a Saturday night, like going out, it kind of breaks the time up, because I'm thinking about, like, getting ready, you know, I'm playing music to get me in the mood, you know, and then I'm, like, arranging to go out, and then it just seems to break up the weekend, and it just makes the weekend go a bit quicker for some reason. Whereas, like, you sit at home on a Saturday doing nothing, it kind of just makes you feel a bit, I don't know, I guess it makes me feel a bit bored, and it just, you know, puts me in a bit of a sulky mood, I guess, like, because I'd rather go out than, like, you know, I like going out on a weekend, obviously. And staying at home just because I sit at home all week, do you know what I mean? Because I don't really go out and drink much in the week, because I'm not really an alcoholic. But on a weekend is like the one time where I can get out, socialise with people who I went to school with. You know, I even sometimes see people who I've not seen for years, and it's just a nice time to get out and communicate, and, you know, just have a bit of a laugh, and, you know, tell a few jokes and hear a few jokes, and, you know, then sort of go into Keys and have a bit of a boogie, and just, you know, enjoy yourself. You know, there's no sort of specific need for a specific type of music. It's not like going to a rave, but it's just to go out and enjoy yourself, you know. I have a bit of a good time, have a talk to a few different people, and it's just boring when you got to stay in, and you can't do that sort of thing. But yeah, you know how it goes. Oh, I hate my iPad sometimes. When it's on a low percent, it won't charge. And, like, if you use it while it's on charge, it still loses charge. So like, 'cause it's on 4% now, like if I start using it and like say if I start checking Facebook, it'll go down to like 3, 2, 1%, and it'll still actually run out of charge even though the charger's plugged in. It takes so long to charge as well. Like you can literally have it on for like half an hour from like 4% and it'll be at 10%. And then like you use it and then it just goes back down to 4 within about 2 minutes, and it's like a waste of time having the electric on to charge it. But you put my phone on to charge, it's a different story. Within like 10 minutes it's from like 4% to 20%, and if you try using it your percent will still go up, you know.
Get in a car, said Freeman.
Lol. And it looks like, guys, that the next clubbing year event is actually happening. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen or not. The reason why I wasn't sure if it was going to happen or not is because some sort of like family related issues have gone down. Now, it's in Hull as the next rave, and I obviously go and stay somewhere at Hull. But the thing is some stuff had gone down, and I also wasn't sure if I was going to be able to really afford to buy a ticket in time, because obviously, like, you know, got to like pay someone back for a keyboard, and I've got to like get my hair cut and stuff like that, and I've got like my housekeeping and that to pay, and you know, like it'd make me like really skint if I then purchased a ticket. So I didn't really like want to purchase a ticket because I wasn't sure like if I could afford to purchase a ticket. Like say for example, like this week I didn't really get that much cash because we had a bit of a quieter week, so like I couldn't afford to like pay people back and then buy a ticket at the same time. And then the rave was like, you know, the rave's like in about, I think it's about 2 weeks today. So not next week, but the week after. And anyway, a friend of mine who happens to be going actually had a spare ticket. So he dropped me a message, as you do, and said, you know,
Well, anyway, guys, we're just kind of building, really. One second. Hi, Ash. Hi. Hi. So, yeah, as Ash said, he didn't get, well, he couldn't find a ticket to, get him round because he had some family issues with his family and all that thing. But then his mate messaged him saying, I've got a spare ticket for you. So, he messaged him off, as you do, saying, I've got a ticket here for you, I'll do it for half price, you know. He went, so then, Ashley obviously saying, alright, yeah, £10 will sort out, because other tickets do cost. Yeah. We'll do like, I think Ashley's going to BRB, that's why I've took over for a little bit. I need to work on my, you know, YouTube skills. Anyway, if you go over and subscribe to Network Goals, quick plug, yeah, why not? Yeah. Yeah. So this hotel, it could be a real one. It could be a made-up hotel. We're not too sure to tell you, but Ash said he will give you a little hint in the Derek and the Noreen show. As you do. So I'm gonna show you what the hotel thing looks like from where we are. Look at this. Where's that? Try that again. So if you can see it, you just keep falling anywhere. I'll keep showing you what There is, really. So this is what the world looks like, briefly. Yeah, I make it going underwater because that's what Ash is, and he's mostly idiot sometimes. But
Yeah,
anyway,
okay, Ben. Is Jamie talking yet?
see a story.
You've what?
I said I took over and told them the rest of your story.
Why? What? Oh, about. Oh, yeah.
Because you told me, didn't you? So I just
Yeah.
finished off.
Yeah, so basically, guys, he offered to. He offered, you know, to sell me a ticket cheaper. To cut the story short, so I agreed to it. So I've kind of got to go now to this rave. Not that I don't want to go, but I've kind of like I'm gonna lose out on cash now if I don't go. So currently, as we speak right now, sat in the back of a post van or at a post office warehouse or in a post box is my rave ticket. And in a couple of days, it's going to get posted through my door. And then I need to post a tenner back through the post to where he lives, which isn't that far. He technically moved out of Driffield, but pretty much I gotta send him a tenner back, which, to be fair, I don't think it's that bad. He's done me a deal. It's going to get me into the rave, which is
Yeah, I told
all
them
I'm.
how much it normally costs and all that rubbish.
Yeah, which is all you really need. Shades of Rhythm are going to be there, guys. So if you don't know who they are, they were big back in the day. Like, well, they're still big now, but the songs they made were like big songs back in the day. And now they kind of just like perform like sort of like classic events, what take you back to classic music, because they were kind of more a thing like back in the 90s and the late 80s, whereas now they kind of just, you know, perform at like, say, like Retro with Paul Taylor, or say like, you know, like sort of like 90s raves and stuff like that, which is going to be good. Which is where, you know, where it all sort of began, raving, and, you know, the big idea of going out and raving. Do you know what I mean? Like, because sort of back in the day, like the old days, it was all about sitting in a theatre hall, wasn't it? Or like having a tango waltzer dance in the town hall. Like, where then it like sort of started off with like these warehouse raves where people would like queue up in a warehouse and, you know. So there we go, guys. Oh, I really want to tell you this series though as well. But I have got some good series ideas coming up as well. But I do kind of want to tell you this one. It is tempting.
Tell them. You always keep it a secret from them. Give it a go.
Give it a go. I
Give it
could
a
tell
go.
you. I could tell you guys. I mean, it's not. I told you about Derek and Noreen. All right. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more of what this is actually gonna be. So basically, there's a show on TV called Benidorm, and pretty much what happens is it's about a load of different like families and, you know, friends what pretty much like go out to this all-inclusive holiday, which is a hotel in Benidorm, and pretty much like they get up to all sorts like arguing families, and they do like sort of like, you know, some like funny-ish scenes. So what I've decided to do in Minecraft is to try and create a similar kind of series where people come out to go on holiday, and we're going to make our own little like storylines and things happen, and there's going to be obviously a season 1 and a season 2. So I'm going to play Steve Woods, but when I say Steve Woods, like what you guys have got to remember is Steve Woods from Park Drive. So for example, like you take for example like an actor in Coronation Street. They have a different name to what their real name is. So the actor's name is Steve Woods, like who he played in Park Drive. So when I say that I'm playing Steve Woods again, what I mean is I'm going to be playing the person in the Steve Woods skin, but under a different name. So it's kind of like Steve Woods has left Park Drive, like the person who played Steve Woods, which is Josh Backer, and he's now joined a new series, so he's now on something new. When, say, like an actor in Coronation Street, say before he was on Coronation Street, he might have been in The Bill, playing somebody else. So it's just like me playing a new character and a new role, but having the same voice and, you know, the same skin. So you can kind of tell that was the person, you know, who's played Steve Woods, but he's playing a different person. So I'll be like under a new name, if you like Mark, for example, if you get what I mean. So what I'm going to be playing is I'm going to be playing a person, a youngish person, because Steve Woods was kind of a youngish person, but someone who comes on holiday with his mates and they're kind of just looking to go in the nightclubs and score on the chicks. You know, and, you know, kind of just sunbathe and, you know, just have a bit of fun. That's who I'm going to play as my main character. And Ben here is going to play my friend. So he's going to play the person who comes out with me, like as a friend who, you know, is basically here to do the same thing. And pretty much, like, that's how it's going to go. Like, that's the way it's going to go. You know, like, he's going to play, like, my friend who comes out with me there on holiday. Then we're going to get some other characters in. I'm also going to play some other voiced characters. I'm going to use, like, some past Park Drive sort of voices. And I'm going to do a family where there is a kid, a dad, and a mum. Now, I'm thinking about making the mum the person who played Sarah in Park Drive. And then I'm thinking about the dad just being like someone like with Ant's voice. And then I'm thinking about the kid being like somebody, I don't really know who.
Yeah, I have that kid.
Like, I was thinking Ant could maybe play someone like Homer Simpson's skin. And then, like, do you know what I mean? But I'm not sure yet. Then I could play Lisa. And then, like, but then, do you know what I mean? Like, because that would kind of be cool, because Sarah was Lisa's mum in Park Drive. So, like, Sarah under a new name could be Lisa's mum again, but obviously under a different name. So it's like the two skins are like, you know, like mother and daughter again. If you get what I mean. I think that could work. But we're just going to have to see how it goes. We're just going to have to see how it goes. What pub is that? So yes, yes. Okay, I don't specifically know what's happened here, but my messengers just started to play up. Benny boy.
Aye, aye.
Why is Jamie not talking? Unless he's got someone round. Or unless because I'm streaming and he's playing music. That could be a fair point. I'm gonna end the stream in a minute anyway. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna leave the stream.